Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Welcome to another quick midweek lesson. Now I think this one will be quick. I'm just going to show you 3 parts to this song. So the song is from the album Copper Blue. The artist is Bob Mould. Hüsker. Now a quick thing here. This album changed my guitar playing life. I can't state that strongly enough. This album absolutely changed how I viewed guitar playing and songwriting and stuff. A massive moment in a young heavy metal guy's guitar playing career. So the song is called Helpless. It's just a beautiful song. There is a capo at the 5th fret here. Capodestro, is that what it's called? A capo at the 5th fret. Just beautiful voicings of these chords, quite simple chords. So I will zoom in and I'll show you how I play this now. Like all my lessons, the expectation level here is, what I'm showing you is how I think this song goes. Is basically based around what Bob plays live, because on the studio version on Copper Blue there's a lot of overdub guitars. Obviously when Hüsker was playing live as a 3-piece, Bob is having to try and replicate all the stuff that's on the studio version, but you can only do so many things when you're just the one guitar player. So this lesson is my version of what I think Bob is playing live, but it's the only person that can tell you what Bob was playing live is Mr. Bob Mould himself. So 5th fret, capo, and a lot of the stuff we're doing is just the D string open. That's like the pedal tone that we're coming back to. So the first 2 notes we play, and I'll just say the fret rather than the note. So it's the open D string and then 12 and 14 of the G string. Quite quick. Now the next series of notes, well, I'll show you the notes themselves. So the notes are in the melody are 12, 14 of G, and then 12, 15 of B. But we're going back to the open D string as a pedal tone, and we're doing that between each note apart from the first 2. So when we play 12 and 14 of the G, we don't go back to the D between those, but when we play 12 and 15 of the B, we go back to the open D string between those notes. Now I'll play it slowly so it hopefully makes sense. So you see what we're doing there? We're going back to this D after we play the 12th fret of the B and 15th fret of the B. So I'll catch my picking hand so you can see what I'm doing here. Focus on my picking hand. So I'll play it very slowly. So the open D is like a pedal tone. So that's the first part of the melody, and we play that twice. The second part of the melody starts the same and ends differently. So we'll play them together. Beautiful. So we're going down, so I'll do the first part. So it's 12, 14 of the G again, 12 of the B, and then down to 13 of the B. So I'll play that slowly. So it's, and then down to what is the 8th fret, and we're playing the 8th fret of the B and G strings, and then down to a D shape. So I'll play that very slowly so that it makes sense. I'll do it one more time. into the verse now. These are just simple chord shapes. It's just that D chord, and he's just kind of strumming through them. And then, like a lot of Bob songs, he seems like he's keeping his third finger on the, this will be the 8th fret of the B string, and his pinky on the 8th fret of the top E string. So he's kind of keeping that G at the top, apart from when he's playing the D. So he's playing the D, moving the fingers over to the 8th fret of the B and top E string, and he's moving the bass note, so he's really moving the bass note down to the 8th fret of the A string, so it's like a C chord. I think he's maybe putting his finger down on the 7th fret of the A. So it's just like D to C, but you're keeping these. Over to G. And then this sounds to me like he's moving his finger over to the 6th fret of the A string and then strumming across the 4th, 3rd string open, and again he's still left his finger on the 8th fret of the B and the G, so it's like this chord. It's a beautiful chord. So all together. Again. And then it sounds like it goes to an E, but I think the E is maybe played like this. It's the bottom string open, well, with the capo at the 5th fret, and then the 7th fret of the A string, and the 7th fret of the D string, and maybe the 9th fret of the G. So the E's being played, I think, like this. And then we move to a G at the E. We finish like with an A. But I think he's also, again, maybe still leaving his top fingers, or his fingers, sorry, on the top 2 strings at the 8th fret. So what I'll do is I'll play a verse just simply strumming around these chords to try and get in the right. And then back into the melody again. I'll try and get another view of that, and I'll just play through the intro melody and then the verse and then the sort of chorus bit where he moves to the E. I'll get another view of that so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I think some of the studio overdubs, I think what a lot of the time, it's when it's on the D chord, in the verse anyway, he's taken your finger off the, what I guess will be the 7th fret of the top E. So it's that kind of melody, and as you're moving through the chords, you're taking this. So it's like D to the C. Yeah, it's quite tricky because you have to move your first finger, and then the G before we go to that chord there, which is the 6th fret of the A. It may sound like this, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think Bob does this live, but this sounds like one of the overdubs that's on the studio version. And into that bit, so I hope that was helpful. I think it's just one of the best songs ever. It's such a pretty chord sequence, you know. It's just such a melodic, great chord sequence, and with the capo, the 5th fret, like the chord voicings, he's just playing, you know, the verses D, C, and G, and then I guess what would be like some sort of A sharp chord. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but the chord voicings, because you're using the capo way up here on the 5th fret, it's just spectacular, you know. I'm going to do a whole sort of video on Copper Blue, and you know, when I heard it, what I thought, because like myself and my friend, like we bought into it big time. We went down, got tickets to see the first 2 Sugar shows in London. I think they did one earlier in the afternoon. I think they played at one of the record stores, just like an in-store 3-song sort of thing. We saw them at the Clapham Grand, and Ulu Sport Band was the Boo Radleys, I think, for those gigs. But I was just absolutely blown away by the album, blown away by seeing Sugar live. I think I saw Sugar live 4 times. I was just completely blown away by the sound and the voicings that Bob was using, and just the songs, you know, just the songs. Anyway, so I hope that was helpful, folks. As ever, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.